morning, good afternoon, or indeed good evening. I hope you're having a really good day so far. It's obviously about to get better because you're doing this class. So welcome to the class today. I wanted to do a very special practice about courage today, and how sometimes just getting through the day can take courage, because it's really difficult, isn't it? Sometimes we get so overwhelmed and burdened with life's struggles and with, feeling a little bit deflated or negative. So it can be really, really hard just to do sort of the simplest of things during the day. Or maybe we've got big obstacles that we need to overcome at the moment, and it's going to take a bit of courage and a little bit of bravery and strength to get through it. So this practice today is to help give you a little bit of an energetic, emotional, and maybe even spiritual boost towards this. So we're going to do a mandala practice. It's always nice to have a block, but you don't specifically need one today. And we're going to begin with a mudra, as is tradition these days. Our mudra today is going to be Ganesh mudra. So, or sometimes it's called Ganesh grip. Doesn't matter which hand you've got on top, just come to face me and have your feet about shoulder width apart. Now it's kind of like creating a link, like a chain link with your fingers. So the thumbs are extended but the fingers are linked together. And then you kind of pull the arms out. Now this creates a feeling of strength because we can feel the muscles in our arms as we do this. But it also opens up your upper back. It's a really nice mudra because it's also kind of like a stretch as well. So taking a couple of breaths with this mudra, let's consider that this mudra is meant to be really good for your circulation. It's meant to be really good for getting rid of negative thoughts, relieving stress, relieving tension, and bringing about a sense of courage, bravery, and strength. And the ability to let go of negative thoughts, the things that bring about anxiety and the things that bring about basically feeling low in our self-esteem. So the kind of thoughts that put us, where we're putting ourselves down, and those kind of thoughts that can sometimes make us feel not quite good enough. And that's really, again, something that's very common these days, especially when we've got so much influence from social media and what we're looking at in our day-to-day. Let's change sides. It doesn't matter which hand was on top. Just going to switch it up. Change sides. Feels really weird actually, changing sides. I think it's a bit like the other mudra where you interlace your fingers behind your back, and when you do that mudra, you tend to always do the same side. It's like when you sit cross-legged, you always tend to do the same side. Isn't it funny? So the old human brain, it does get stuck in its little habitual loops. So a couple of breaths here again, opening the back. Let's take some slow breaths. So breathe in for the count of 4, 3, fill up the belly, 2, all the way to the top, and then exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 4. 2 more times. Lift the mudra up above the head after this next exhale. Take the right elbow to the right shoulder. Take the right elbow to the back of your head, drawing the arms over to the left. And just take a little gentle stretch over to the left, pressing the head back. Should feel really nice in your armpit, your side ribs. And let's change sides, coming up to center. I love this stretch for my shoulders, just feels amazing. See, so it doesn't matter how far the arms are going. Just want to feel it in your waist and your shoulder. Press the head back a little bit. And let's release the arms. Let's come to the back of the mat now. I'm going to come to the back of the mat so I can mirror you. So you're facing your right and I'm facing my left a little bit. So we're doing it together basically. So you're over with me on this side, and then we can face our sacred space. Face our sacred space. I love it when things rhyme. So our sacred space, we want to feel like we're almost blessing it with this prana. So this little space that we're going to practice today is going to be somewhere where you can switch off from your outside world. We can find this level of concentration and focus that we don't necessarily get in our day-to-day lives, especially these days. And we'll take Trikona Mudra into Jaya Mudra. So it creates this little triangle movement. Turn your toes out so we can come into a squat. And then sink down, look through the triangle, index fingers and thumbs. And then lift up, stretch up through Jaya Mudra, fingertips opening. So big breath in. Let's try and do that nice slow breathing, which is going to help us switch into rest and digest, relaxation mode. So that we're not stressed out, so that we can lower our cortisol, our stress hormones, so that we can find a little bit of peace and solace in our strength practice, so we can find that most important calm strength. So we don't want to be angry strong. We want to be calm and relaxed. So just taking this nice pulse to warm up the body, a little back bend when we inhale, and then a nice little squat on the exhale, lifting up through Mula Bandha. A little bit of core work in the practice today to help us feel that strength. On this next round, hold for a breath, looking through the triangle, lifting up through the pelvic floor, and then hands to the floor, coming into plank pose, just taking 3 breaths, knees or toes, finding the inner danda. So lifting up through the pelvic floor, drawing in through the belly button. We'll do a little bit of Uddiyana Bandha practice today, which is the belly button lifting up into the rib cage. And then let's come down to the knees, all the way down into a prostration. Bring the palms together in front of the head in prayer, and surrender. Sometimes a feeling of letting go and surrendering to the greater forces of nature helps us with this relaxation, letting go of the little things that we don't really need to be carrying around with us or allowing to affect us. And then let's slide the arms back, take locust to begin with. So squeezing the arms together, interlacing the fingers, and just flying, lifting. Let the legs and arms rise, look at the ground. Exhale, lowering down. Hands under shoulders, let's press back to tabletop. Go through into downward facing dog. And then walk the hands to the feet, coming into forward bend. Turning the toes out, coming back into the squat. And then all the way up into mountain pose. And then we'll do a little circle. So let's come to face a different direction. Imagine you're on a compass and you've got north, east, south and west. And you're going to just come to, it doesn't matter which side, just come to one of the other directions. And then breathing in, stretching up. Breathing out, sit down into your squat. Let's do 2 more of these, inhaling. Just giving us a different angle, which I think is really important as well, sometimes just to refresh our perspective by just doing things a little differently. On this next round, hold the squat for a breath. Feel the strength in your legs. Gaze through the triangle of equilibrium, and then sliding the hands forward, coming into plank pose. Just for 1 breath this time, find your inner danda, your center. And then knees come down, relax down onto the belly. Palms together in front of the head, surrender. And then let's do locust again, sweeping the arms back. Now you don't have to interlace your fingers, but it does make it a little bit more enjoyable for your shoulders. And as you breathe in, just rising, and exhale, softening down. Downward facing dog on the next breath out. Rolling over the toes, hello. And then walking to the feet, coming to forward bend, and then rolling up. Turning the toes out, sacred triangle, and then extending up, Jaya Mudra. And then let's, again, change the direction. So we're going to go through the 4 corners. So again, it doesn't really matter which side you're doing, and we'll end up back where we started. So taking a little squat, gazing through, rising up, breathing in nice and deeply. Maybe counting to 4, and then counting to 4. one more. Straight forward into plank this time. Finding the strength and length in your spine, pushing into the earth. And the knees, belly, prostration. Exhale through the mouth, let go of what you don't need. Let go of all the little things. And then coming up into locust. Strength in the back body. We're going to work on our core today, and that includes the back body. Relaxing down, pressing back, rolling up, forward fold. Kind of missed out down dog there, but that's fine. Turning out the toes, coming back into your squat, gazing through the triangle, rising up, and then one more time to change sides. So again, just turning to the side that you have not yet done. Squatting, taking the triangle, and rising, extending and opening all the way to the belly. Exhaling, inhaling. Finding the ability to soften into the practice, to find the ability to be in your core so that you can make things look effortless, you know. There's this ability that we use in Tai Chi as well, where if you can connect to your center, then everything looks easy. That's why Tai Chi looks so easy, because they're so centered, they're so steady, grounded in their movement. Let's come into plank. And this is what we want to find in our practice, in our yoga. We want to look for the same strength, the same centering, but the same ability to let go of excess tension. Come into your prostration and let go of excess tension. Let's come into locust. And then releasing down. Tabletop downward dog. Spread the fingers, engage with the mat. Turn the toes out. Back into your squat. And rising up. And then let's come back to where we started. So we're back here at the back of the mat. Let's take an Ash Mudra one more time. Taking a squat, so pull the elbows out. Doesn't matter which hand's on top. Just sit down, rise up a little bit as you breathe in, and then sink down, pulling the arms apart as you breathe out. Keep the chest up, breathing in, breathing out. Switching sides, breathing in, breathing out. Make the practice your own. Go as deep into these movements as you want. Last one. Turn the toes in. Stretch the arms up, interlace the fingers, and relax the tension in the back of your legs. As well as opening the heart, releasing tension in your neck. Finding your feet in the ground, feeling steady and stable. Release the hands to the floor. Let's come forward into plank. Do some of those little pulses that we did last week. Turning the toes out to the side. Press your hips back to your heels with your knees wide. Spring forward into plank. So imagine it's Malasana with the arms forward, back into plank. Option, on the knees, little child's pose, back to plank. You could take a little double bounce actually. I found myself doing this without even trying, where you sort of double bounce back and spring forward on the exhale. Let's do one more. Great way to warm up, to strengthen the arms, and then knees or toes, you can come down, chaturanga onto the belly. Take the prostration just briefly, touching the palms together. Let's do 3 rounds of cobra this time. So same actions as locust. Fingertips wide and behind your shoulders. Let your shoulders move in little circles and really rub out the tension in your neck. On the next inhale, the shoulders roll down, the shoulder blades squeeze together, and we come up into cobra. Exhale, lowering down. 2 more times. Just engage the ground forward. Shoulders back and down. Beautiful stretch. And then exhaling. Last one. Let cobra feel good on this round. Your practice should feel good. Exhaling, tabletop. Back into downward facing dog. So finding that release of tension through the whole body and down dog. Drawing in the belly. Let's do a little mandala. We'll take the right leg up to the sky. Find a nice big stretch. Maybe bend the knee to open out the hip a little more. Keep the side bodies long. Deep breath in to the front of the right hip. Work the right foot to the left. Then as you breathe out, take your right foot wide of your right hand. So similar sort of sequence to begin with to warm up. Left knee goes down, similar to last week, I mean. Finish my sentence on a Monday morning. So just to begin with, we'll take a breath in and just find the stability of your right foot. So your right foot needs to be underneath your right knee. You're going to breathe in, open the heart, and then breathe out using your fingertips or your palms flat. Take a really nice deep half split, and you could sit back on that left heel. You could move this left arm out a little bit, make it your own. Try the 4 count breath in to come forward. And then try the 4 count breath out to roll back. Let's try one more, nice and slowly breathing in. Breathing out. See how much space you can create, really relaxing through your spine. And then let's come forward into the lunge. And then take the right arm outside of the right leg, forward of the right leg, so we can do those little push-ups. Now the push-ups, as you bend your elbows, your whole body sinks, and we're going to add a little neck stretch this time. So fingertips or palms flat, elbows drop out to the sides. As your chest drops, look over to the right shoulder. I've got a pop in my back then. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, look over to the left shoulder. And one more time coming up. So you want to feel the hips opening. Look down this time. Feel the hip open. Come back up, pick up the left knee. Now find the strength in that left leg, really firing up the leg to keep it nice and straight. And then let's come to face towards me in a wide fold. Take a couple of breaths to relax your neck, to allow your belly muscles to draw in. Press down through your feet. Maybe sway a little side to side just to explore. So whatever time of day it is, whatever day of the week it is, whatever time of year even it is when you're watching this, could be watching it at any time. Let's imagine that we try to unwind the stress and the tension and the negativity that we hold in our tissues. Come to the left side, wide lizard lunge. So we'll do some little lizard lunge pulses to begin with. So you're going to breathe in, make sure this left foot is in line with the knee. Let the hips open forward. And then breathe out. Curl the right toes under. Enjoy stretching out your heel and your foot as well if it feels good. Got issues with your toes, obviously you don't need to do that. And then breathing in to come forward to the hips. Press towards the ground. This is very housey, isn't it, this tune? It's actually not very me, this tune. A little bit on the housey side. Try one more. The house is fine sometimes. Inhale, come forward. Exhaling to soften. Again, last one. So really sort of imagine dragging the body around to open it, to unwind it, like a sort of morning stretch. As you come back to the lunge, take the left arm forward and wide of the left leg. Now again, fingertips or palms flat. Now, as you come down into your push-up, look over to, it doesn't matter which side you go first, go over to the right shoulder first. That time my hip popped. Now look over to the other side, over to the left, if you're doing it with me. Come back up, now look down and really focus on your hip. And let's come back up, cut the right knee. Just for a moment, feel the strength of that right thigh. As you roll the heel back and really engage the front of the leg. And then over to the other side, let's come through to plank. Now let's try side plank, just for a breath on each side. So roll over onto the blade of your left foot to come to face me. Rise up out of the waist. Use your hips. You can drop to the knee anytime. Take the right arm over the head to feel a beautiful side bend. Lift your hips a little higher as you come back to front plank. Let's change sides. Left arm lifts, hips lift. Feeling the space in this left side body. Left arm comes up and over. And then hand comes back down. And then your choice knees or toes come down through onto your belly. Take the prostration, surrender on an exhale. Now let's try another cobra, just to really get cobra in our heads so we can really feel that cobra, we know what we're doing. Shoulders roll up, back and down. Hips stay on the floor. I like to keep my elbows soft in cobra, and it feels like the most wonderful stretch in your back, maybe your neck. And then coming back down. Blast from the past with air today. Weird playlist today actually. Pressing back to tabletop. Tabletop, downward dog. Rolling it through. And then let's take the left leg up. So same as before, try bending the knee. Stretch the foot to the sky first. Then try bending the knee and opening the hip. Lengthen both side bodies. Breathe in to open. And then breathe out, left foot steps wide. Similar, this time, firm up this right thigh and maybe keep that knee off the floor this time. Or you can take it down if you want. If it's late at night, feel free to make this a little more chill. Left arm comes forward of left leg. Fingertips or palms flat. In the same way, 3 times. Look to the left shoulder as you lower down. Keep that back leg fired up. Inhale, press the ground away from you. Exhale, look to the other shoulder. Inhale, pressing up. Last one. Drop it down. So your shin should be behind your left arm. Right knee goes down. Take a couple of breaths. Half split. Try to let the neck go. Back into the left knee. Pick up your right knee, wide fold. Try twisting in wide fold. So toes turned forward. Left fingertips come to the center. Take a nice big breath in. Let the right arm rise. And as you exhale, rotate. Right hand comes down. Exhale, left arm comes up. Find that little bit of release. And then left hand comes back down. Let's come over to the right foot again. And then we'll do the same sequence. So you've got that wide lizard lunge. So you can scooch the right foot a little wider if you need to. Take the right arm forward, drop the hips. Get into that Spider-Man position that I love so much. Now look forward of the ground. Fire up your left thigh, really strong left leg. As you sink down into your push-up, look over to the left elbow or whichever one. And come back up. So you want to feel this nice sort of massage in your neck. Come down, look to the other side. Back up, last one. This time look down. And focus on the hips. Fire up that left leg. Left knee goes down. Straighten out the right leg and again bow down. Let your neck go. So letting the neck go, very important to being able to relax. So you want to be able to find the ability to relax in your practice. And this a lot of the time comes from the breath, comes from the core. Let's come back into the knee bend. Pick up your left knee. Now let's do those little pulses. Step back into downward dog. Turn the toes out. Press the hips back. Little double bounce. Exhale. Shoot forward. Find your danda. Toes wide, knees wide. Double bounce. Exhale. Find your danda. Beautiful warm up. Really good for your core. Last one. And then let's lower down. Relax just for a moment. Find your palms together. Let your forehead relax. Take a deep exhale. Now when you come up, let's try up dog maybe. If you're not feeling up dog today though, absolutely no pressure. You take your hands back a little behind your chest if you're doing up dog. Press the toes down, roll the shoulders up, back and down. And really shine the inner elbows forward. Open the heart, lift your legs and your hips in up dog. But the same thing with the neck, breathing in and then breathing out. Well, I felt that stretch in my throat, which was weird. All right, let's walk the hands to the feet, coming into forward fold. Now, if you can't get your fingers to the floor with your legs straight in this bit, I'm going to recommend using a block. So you put a block under your hands. Now, this is a great little core exercise. I just reminded myself of it the other day. So we're going to practice Uddiyana Bandha next, which is going to give us a real sense of stability in our stomach and the ability to lift energy up towards your solar plexus to give you that sense of strength and empowerment. So using your fingertips, take a breath in, lift the chest. Now keeping the legs straight, as you breathe out, lift your right foot off the floor by lifting your hip. So you're not bending the knee. Right foot comes down. Exhale, left leg lifts. So imagine your hip flexors are kind of lifting you up. Imagine you're lifting up with your pelvic floor. So let's try the right side again. Lift up through the right side and then just kick your right wrist, maybe like just a couple of times, and then drop back down. Exhale, lift the left leg. Try kicking your left wrist a couple of times, just kind of swinging it, not kicking it. I was tapping it is a better word. Dropping down. Let's try right and then left. It's kind of weird, but it works the lower abdomen. So you're also lifting, you can feel the lift of your hips. Give me 4 more little taps. And tell me tomorrow if you're feeling it tomorrow, because this is one of those exercises where you're like, well, it doesn't feel too hard. All right, let's release. Take the hands under the feet, gorilla. Relax your neck, move your elbows a little bit. So we're finding this ability to engage with our center, which then, as a result, allows us to feel freer everywhere else, but also gives us a bit more confidence. Let's come up to standing. Release the hands, roll up. So Uddiyana Bandha practice, I'll do it from the side with you at the back of the mat. I'm going to start with just some deep breathing, and if you've just eaten a meal, if it's late at night and you've eaten a big meal, you can just do cat's breath. It's a bit like lion's breath, where you're just kind of and then holding the exhale. If you haven't just eaten a big meal and you're kind of empty, and I'm doing this first thing in the morning, it's probably a good time to do it, then you can join me in the drawing in your belly. So you've probably seen it before, where you exhale and you suck in your stomach muscles when the breath is fully emptied. So let's just start off with some easy breathing. So I want you to turn your toes out, so you're in a wide-ish squat position. Take the arms up as you breathe in fully through the nose. Now breathe out through the mouth. Give me a little cat's breath. Tongue comes out. Now rest on your legs, straighten your elbows, shoulders up to ears, and keep exhaling. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. So you want to focus on breathing out all the air, all the air. One more of these. Keep exhaling. Even doing that, you can feel this lifting as you push all the air out. Turn the toes in, have a little break, interlace the fingers, stretch out shoulders a little bit, neck a little bit. Now let's try Uddiyana. We're just going to try maybe 3 or 4 rounds, not too much. If you've got a really full stomach, you can just stay with what we just did. So let's take a breath in, coming up. Tuck in my top so you can see. Now exhale, coming down. Keep exhaling. End of the exhale, when you've got no breath left, you suck in your belly. Inhale, rise. So as you do the exhale, and you've got no breath left, you can vacuum in the belly, and there's this flying upward movement. So when you're ready, breathing out through the mouth. Breathe in. It's really good for you. So good for your lungs. Exhale fully. Now round the back. Last one. Breathe in fully. Breathe out fully. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath in. Got really bad allergies at the moment, so this is clearing my lungs out. Turn the toes in and then sweep the arms forward and back. Interlace the fingers behind you. Take a nice little forward bend. Oh God, I love doing that. It's so refreshing. But it also helps you to get this lifting energy. So try even now to just practice that lift from Mula Bandha. So Uddiyana means flying upward. Release the hands down, come forward into plank pose. Bending the knees, turning the toes out. One more little round to warm up the legs. Pressing back, double pulse. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, little double pulse. Exhale, coming forward. Let's do one more. Holding plank. And then let's lower down. So let's try locust after a quick prostration. So let's just keep adding the prostration as an opportunity to surrender. So let go of any negativity, to let go of any little things that are bothering you that we should not let bother us. You know, the things that sort of feed this competitive, individualistic kind of mentality where we get, you know, jealousy or comparing ourselves to others or not feeling like we're good enough for whatever reason because we haven't got enough money or we haven't got enough success in some way, status. Let all of that go and replace it with space, openness of the heart, kindness. Now let's do a little flying locust. Stretch the arms back. Now reach the fingers towards the legs and then lift the legs. You can bend your knees as much as you like and then just feel this drawing in. So a bit of a back strengthening practice. Switch on your glutes. You can poke them if you like. Switch on your hammies, calves, middle back, upper back, and then lowering down. Hands under shoulders. Let's press back into downward dog. So we're going to do a couple of little knee to nose crunches here. So if you'd like to drop the other knee down as you come forward, I'll show you as we go. So let's take three-legged dog. Let the right leg extend up on the inhale. And then as you breathe out, bring the knee to the nose. So an option would be to drop the left knee down as you do this. Make it a little bit easier. Inhale, come back. Now this time, as you breathe out, come across the midline of the body to the left elbow. Now come as far forward as you can. Lift up with Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, press back. Now right knee to right elbow. So it's almost tapping the back of the elbow. Inhale, pressing back. Now this time coming directly forward and then right foot steps through. Now come up onto your fingertips. Open your chest forward. Take your left hand onto your left thigh and see if you can fire up that left leg. So do you remember like we practiced in the lizard lunge? Push into your right foot, let your arms rise. Now see how much you can relax. And then let's bring the hands to the heart and do Ganesh grip. Use your hands to connect together. Open up. Now sink a little deeper into your lunge. One more breath. Now really find that strength from the Ganesh grip. Remember, you're overcoming obstacles that you're facing at the moment. It could be mindsets, negative thinking. Fingertips to the floor, left knee goes down, half split. Take a nice opportunity to rest. Let your body relax over the leg. Forward onto the right foot, pick up the left knee, wide fold. Over to the left, same. Right heel lifts, high lunge. Now just fire that right leg up. Take a few moments to feel it, to feel that right leg really strong. Gather in through the pelvic floor and up through Uddiyana. Remember, lifts upwards, belly button to ribs. And then hands coming down, taking Ganesh grip. Maybe switch it up a little bit. Pull the shoulder blades apart. I love this feeling of space in my neck. I like to tuck my chin a little bit. Find your strength, your courage, your centering. One more breath. Sink a little deeper into the lunge. Find your focus. Right knee goes down. Half split. Properly bow over the leg. Back onto the left foot. Plank. Side plank, one more time each side. Roll to the blade of the left foot. Right arm rises. Now feel the lift from your whole left side body. Right arm goes over, breathe into the right side body, and then roll effortlessly to the other side. Hips lift in. Top arm rises, breathing in. And then the left hand comes down. Exhale through Chaturanga onto the belly. Now let's try swimming locust. So we'll try swimming locust by first of all do flying locust. There are so many locusts, I love it, just like pigeons, lots and lots. Now, it's like you're going for a little swim. You don't want your arms and legs to touch the floor. So you want to keep your knees lifted, elbows lifted, and you bend one leg, straighten the other. And then change sides. You're kind of reaching. Blast from the past, the sun, eh? Try another couple of breaths. See how high you can lift your arms. And then have a rest, prostration. Cobra. And then softening down. Tabletop downward dog. Keep an eye on the time here. I have to keep an eye on the time, otherwise I literally would keep teaching for hours without realizing. So that's how much I love my job. Alright, we're going to do those little crunches again. So maybe take a moment just to think about which variation you want to do. Maybe the same as the last side. Left leg rises up. Remember, you can drop your knee. That's the variation. Exhale, coming directly forward. Lift through Uddiyana. Inhale, pressing back. Now this time, left knee to right elbow. Pressing back. Left knee to left elbow. Pressing back. Last one down the center again. Left foot steps through. High lunge. Now sink down. Now try interlacing your fingers around your middle ring and pinky finger, and just have your index fingers extended. So this is the air element, so you feel light. Now take a breath in, let your arms rise up, index fingers point to the sky. It's basically pointing. And then sink a little deeper on the exhale. Take the left elbow to the right thigh, or just above it, and then point to the right behind you. To the left behind you, sorry. Inhale, come back up. Now exhale, twist. So you can kind of do whatever you want with your arms here. You can put the elbow on the thigh and just reach the left arm out behind you. Let's try one more. So you're finding your center. As you breathe out, lift up through Uddiyana. Option to come to the right knee anytime you need to. Now come back up on the next breath in. Step your right foot to your left foot on the breath out. We'll finish our twist coming up Utkatasana. Now release your hands, take Ganesh grip. Sink down into your legs, pinching your knees together. Now in the same direction, turning away from me, right elbow to left thigh. Sink your hips, now pull on the elbows. And then open the left arm. Forward fold. Right foot steps back, half split or pyramid. Bend the left knee, wide fold. Facing me, little half mandala. Do the same on the right side. Turn to the right leg, left heel lifts. Find your stability with your arms. Index fingers point to the sky. Now breathe in, find the back leg in your attention. Breathe out, sink. Left elbow comes towards the right thigh, touching it or not, and then follow the right arm with your eyes. Inhale, come out. So you're strong, you're centered. Find your Uddiyana. Left elbow goes to right thigh, touching or not, and then keep reaching the arm. One more time. Breathing in, and then breathing out. One more breath in. Try and relax with the strength work, and then take the feet together. Utkatasana, feet, knees together, hips drop. Ganesh grip. So with Ganesh grip, pull the elbows wide, sink into your legs. Turn to the right, left elbow on right thigh. Pull on the hands. Feel that opening, and then one more breath, right arm rises. Forward fold. Now turn the toes to face out. Sit down into a little malasana. So you can have your feet wide or narrow, it doesn't matter. Just let your hips melt back. Come to your sit bones, take boat pose. Find your breath in, expands. Your breath out, contracts. 2 more times, big breath in. Big breath out. One more. Low boat. Extend the legs just a little bit or all the way, and then breathe out, reach to your feet. And then relax, hold your legs, give yourself a little cuddle. Now, take the front of your thighs with your palms, press the legs away from you. So like in Pilates, try to zip up the hip bones like a little belt. Think about pressing the lower back into the floor, so it's like you're scooping your tailbone up and off the floor, and keep that. Think about Mula Bandha, think about Uddiyana Bandha. Hold the head with your hands, have a little look at your tootsies. Now breathe out, lift the upper body and extend the right leg. Breathe in, come back. So you're going to keep your head off the floor. Interlaced fingers are supporting your neck, so your neck can chill. Now if you're really quite strong in your belly, you might be able to extend the leg all the way straight. But if you're feeling a little bit like the lower back is lifting, you're not feeling that control, then just take a little bit of an extension of the leg. Doesn't need to go all the way. Yeah? So your extension could be this, or your extension could be this. 6 more. Try to use Uddiyana Bandha. Breathe out through your mouth. So lift up through the ribs as well. Inhale, come down. Fully support the neck. 4 more times. Two more times. Take a moment to relax. Core work is so satisfying. So take the feet down. Let's have a little bridge. So use your arms to lift you up. Hips lift, everything lifts. Holding here, try to have your toes pointing forward. Press through the balls of the big toes, lift the heels. Now try to lift your heels a little higher, Barbie foot bridge. Squeeze your shoulder blades up into your middle back so you feel like you're lifting a heart. Now try interlacing the fingers in front of your chest and really lift up through the arms. Tuck your chin. Now you can almost kind of slide your shoulder blades apart with your hands. Now take your heels back down. Keep this lift. Try lifting the balls of your feet now, which is a little harder. Really drive the heels down. Feel your butt muscles engaging a little bit more. Take the arms over the head as you breathe in. And And then let's lower back down. Now take some little windscreen wipers. Let the knees go from right to left. So core work is invaluable for your body. The more you do a little bit of strength work for your belly, a little bit every day is good. So if you did that little sequence, for example, the last couple of minutes that we just did, even those knee to nose crunches, you're going to build so much strength. Now feet wide, let's have a go at holding the head with the left hand. Slide your right hand up the left thigh, breathing out right to the top. Breathe in, come back down. Breathe out 3 more times. Feel the squeeze in the right ribs, and then come back down 2 more times. See if you can touch the top of the knee. Come back down. So again, you're cradling your head with the left hand. 1 more time. Inhale, come back down. Switch sides. Left hand comes up. Inhale, come back down. So you're taking your time with this one, nice and chilled. This album takes me back about 20 years, which is terrifying. Let's release and relax. So let's take a full body stretch. Straighten out the legs, arms over the head, really work the arms up and the heels away. Big breath into your belly. And then let's slide the legs in, have a little roll, with or without the hands. Ooh, you can hold your legs. I've got a zipper on these running. I'm wearing running leggings, which I should not be wearing because that just pinched into my back like a fucker. Excuse my French. Coming back up into boat. I'm not going to do any more rolling on my zipper because it makes me swear apparently. Cross the ankles, everything makes me swear. Roll forward into tabletop and then go back into downward dog. So let's touch the feet together. One more standing pose. Left leg is going to float up to the sky first, just because we're going to get a nice even stretch in our legs. Push the ground forward to lift the left leg a little higher. Three-legged dog is a great stretch. Let's put the left foot back down, right leg lifts up. Now really press up and out of the waist. Push into the hands, breathing in. And then breathing out, step the right foot through. Left heel down. You're going to finish with a little warrior two. So warrior two with the Ganesh grip. So bend the right knee. Think about evening out this knee by keeping it over the toes. Left hand sort of encourages this left leg to stay nice and firm. And then just for the sake of making it even, let's have the right hand in front of the left hand. It doesn't matter if you did it wrong. Pull the elbows wide and sink into your warrior two. Now just feel for 2 breaths the strength. Breathe in a little, come up. And breathe out, come down. Pull the elbows wide. Pull the space into your neck. One more time, breathing in. Breathing out. This time, breathing in, lift the grip. Take it behind the head. Pull the arms to the left. Rest your head into the right elbow or wherever it lands. Come down into that little reverse. Press the head back. Oh, feels like a really strong shoulder stretch for me here today. Bend the right knee just a little more. One more breath. Now straighten up. Release. Triangle. Reach the right fingers to the right. Lengthen out your side body. Take the right arm on the shin or thereabouts. Left arm open. Now open the whole body. Bend your right knee, coming down to side angle. Maybe take Ganesh grip for a bind. If you can easily bind, take Ganesh grip, or you can hold the wrist. And then just gently straighten the right leg, just a little bit. It's like a bound triangle. Again, if you're quite tight, don't have to do the bind. You can just have the hand on the floor. Doesn't matter. Or a block. Bend the knee, wide fold. Left side, Vira Vadrasana 2. Now remember, Vira means courageous. Left knee bends over the ankle. Other hand in front. So you're on your left side, you can do left hand in front. And then just pull. Pull the elbows wide, feel the stability of this grip. Breathe in, straighten the leg. As you breathe out, imagine you're breathing out any obstacles in your path at the moment, self-doubt, fatigue. Breathing in. You know when you get really tired and you just think, oh, what's the point now? I'm just going to give up. Don't give up. Never give up. Find that heroic, brave strength that keeps you going. Breathing in, thinking of all the things in your life that really are worth fighting for. To be grateful. Now on this next breath in, lift the arms up and behind the head. Take them to the right so you can lean in the left arm as much as you can, and then take like a reverse warrior. Beautiful shoulder stretch, beautiful waist stretch. Back leg is really strong, remember. Front leg is really strong. Upper body's chilling. And then straighten the left leg, release the arms. Triangle. Right arm opens now. Like last week, try not to put any weight in this left leg, just open the body. Side angle, put your hand on a block if you like, come all the way down. Quite open in your shoulders, you might be able to take the Ganesh grip behind you in a bind or hold the left wrist. Squeeze and open the chest, and then maybe a triangle bind. You can take the feet, change the feet a little bit if you like here. Just be gentle in this because it's easy to overstretch. Bend the left knee, release the bind, wide fold. Now let's finish with walking the feet in, coming into Malasana. Now Uddiyana Bandha, I always think it's nice to do crow, so but you don't have to do crow if you don't feel it. So we'll start with Malasana, a little wrist roll. If you want to stay here, you're very welcome. Or hands in line with shoulders, gripping, lifting. See how high you can get your hips. Look forward. Uddiyana Bandha. Do any variation of crow you like. So you could do headstand, go to handstand even if you like. Not something that I practice myself, but I do quite like a bit of handstand though. It's actually quite a good time if you wanted to pause the video and do a little bit of handstand work, a little bit of inversion work. You're very welcome. But if, like me, you had enough and you're ready for a sit down, come to seated. Let's take the legs nice and wide. So if you just did crow and you felt your wrists, you can roll the wrists a little bit. So, Prasarita Paschimottanasana, the wide version here. Prasarita means wide. Does it? Yes, it does. Anyway, and then we'll come forward on the exhale. I'm forgetting my Sanskrit now, it's terrible. Getting bad memory in my old age. It was just my birthday actually, so I definitely starting to feel it kicking in here. But the thing to remember when it comes to your brain and your body is that meditation, so mindful movement, breath work, all these things improve the functioning of your brain, including your hippocampus, which is your memory. So mine should be sharper than it is, but it sometimes lets me down. So taking a couple of breaths to just let go. So when we approach the poses from a different kind of mentality, we can relax. Let the joints feel softer, more relaxed. Activate the feet just a little bit, as if you're reaching forward with your feet. Draw back through your tailbone. Let's try compass. With the same mentality, we did this last week, slide the left leg in. And then let's just take reverse head to knee pose, just because it gives us that feeling of compass pose, same sort of movement in the body. So the right palm faces up to the inside of the right leg. The left arm is going to actually use your left hand. I quite enjoyed doing this last week. Use your left hand to roll your right rib cage up to the sky. So it gives you that open twist. Hold the head with the left hand. Soften the side body over to the right foot. You can reach your hand if you like, but I like doing this. Keep opening, keep rolling that right rib cage forward. And then come back up on the next inhale. Slide your right leg in. Very similar, just keep your right arm where it is. Pick up your right foot with your left hand on the top of the foot. Try and get the leg a little higher. Lean to the right on the right hand. And then stretch out. You can stay with the reverse head to knee if you like. But this pose is a great place to sort of explore. If you wanted to practice one more little core exercise, elephant's trunk I think is amazing. Imagine your right leg is like a backpack strap and you want it nice and high on the right arm. You're going to squeeze the arm with the leg. Left leg extends, breathing in. As you breathe out, lift Uddiyana Bandha. Scoot your hips back. Amazing hip flexor work, as you can probably tell. And then let's release. Let's do the other side. So tuck your right foot in. Have a look at your left leg. Left arm, inside. Now press down through the back of the hand, back of the forearm. Use your right hand to pick up your left ribs and roll them towards me and up to the sky. And then right hand holds the head. And then nice little side bend. Oh, feels so good. God, I love this pose. Activate the left foot. Let's try compass pose. Now remember, just stop wherever you feel. Left leg comes in, left arm stays in between the arm and the leg. Top of the foot, leg comes high. Left hand has got to go wide, fingertips point forward. Then just lean, it doesn't matter what the pose looks like. I like to play with the foot a little bit, so I'm not just holding my grip on the top of the foot. I like to push my fingers into my toes and my toes into my fingers and just have a little play. If you'd like to try elephant's trunk, left leg high, clench, left hand goes under or next to the hip. Now you really want to engage Uddiyana Bandha and hip flexors. So if you're trying to get your hip flexors a little stronger, which can aid if you're trying to do Ashtanga, like you're doing those like float throughs and just floating of any kind, the hip flexors really help with that. So anyway, if you're not, let's release out. Give your wrists a little roll if you need to. And then let's come to lying down. And one more bridge. This time we'll do bridge with the fingers interlaced. So we'll just lift the hips up, interlace the fingers behind the back, and really stretch the front body now. So really open out the ribs. You can do wheel if you like. Open up the hips. And when you feel that, press your body into the ground in the opposite way, opening your shoulder blades apart, and then just get as comfy as you like. You can take bound angle, whatever feels nice right now. And then we're going to finish, as is tradition, a little relaxation. So when you're doing a relaxation, you want to get your body into a position that feels really comfortable so that you don't need to move for a few minutes. That's really the key. And so we allow ourselves a few moments to be at peace in the body. Being a living creature is a challenging business. There is much suffering. There is much conflicting emotional battling and turbulence. But it's when we understand this kind of yin and yang, this two sides of the same coin, that we realize in order for the universe to be balanced, there needs to be this to and fro, this back and forth, this conflict. These conflicts, far from being dualistic, are non-dualistic, in a way that we cannot have one without the other. They are like the light side of the mountain and the dark side of the mountain. It doesn't make the mountain two separate things. It just means that there are two sides to the story. And so, with this acceptance, we can draw wisdom from pain and challenge. If we think about something like grief, we only experience great grief when there has been great love. And often, the greater the suffering, the greater the wisdom. To the perspective. Yet we are in control to some degree of how much we add to our suffering. We can grieve, we can be sad, we can be angry, but often our thoughts will accentuate this. And so to cleanse of negative thought, to cleanse of ruminating or overthinking or just always being in our thoughts. In this moment right now, what's happening right now? Not 10 minutes time or yesterday or next week. What's right now? Right now often is okay. Right now, maybe we can find peace. And if there is pain that we are enduring, is that pain happening right now? Do we need to endure it right now? Maybe we can make some space from it. Fully accept the way that the universe is in this moment and let go of that control. Take a deep and expansive inhale. Prepare for the rest of the day. Start to stir gently in any way that feels good. come to one side. Make your way to seated nice and slowly. Let's finish with 3 Om. Let's imagine these Om. We're going to keep this courage in our heart, the bravery, the courage that it takes to just be human sometimes, to endure the struggles and challenges we embrace, but to always remember the flip side, the non-duality of existence. That whenever there's a challenging time, there's always a joyful time to counteract that. Whenever there's anxiety, there's always peace. To recognize the constant flux of life. So let's take these 3 Oms. Take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. Inhale 3 Om. Light with the knee bows to the light within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Really appreciate you being here with me, doing a bit of yoga. So yeah, let me know what you thought. Always so good to get your feedback and little comments is great. I really enjoyed this practice. Felt it like it was quite chill, but a little bit strong. You know me, I always like to make it non-dualistic, bringing in the hard, the rough with the smooth. But yeah, let me know if you'd like to do more of something or less of something. And yeah, get in touch. And join me for a live class or a retreat. Come have a look on the website. And come and say hi. And I love you loads. Look after yourself until we meet again. I love you lots. And I'm sending you, obviously, always the biggest virtual hugs. Sending that energy out.